You never imagined a cat could be this brave. Imagine losing everything you love and having to fight tooth and claw to protect those who are left. No, we're not talking about an action movie. This is the true story of a cat named Oliver, who faced the impossible to save his friends. Get ready, because this story will break your heart and make you see cats in a whole new light. It was a quiet morning when Oliver, a black cat with deep, soulful eyes, sensed something was wrong. His home, once filled with peace and safety, had been invaded by an unexpected danger. His friends, Luna, a gray cat with bright eyes, and Max, a striped kitten who always followed Oliver like an older brother, were in danger. They were his family, the little he had left of what he loved most. And in that moment, he knew he had to act, no matter the cost. Oliver wasn't just any ordinary cat. Since he was a kitten, he knew he had an important role to play. He had always been the protector, always looking after everyone around him. But today would be different. Today, he would have to fight like never before. His heart raced, but he couldn't let fear take over. He looked at Luna and Max, trembling with fear, and promised himself that nothing would hurt them while he was around. It all began when a group of fierce animals invaded Oliver's territory. They weren't cats, they were wild, large, and menacing creatures. Led by Shadow, a massive street dog with no compassion, these invaders were ready to take everything they saw. For Oliver, it wasn't just a matter of survival. He knew that if he failed, he would lose the only ones he truly loved. And that was unacceptable. Oliver knew he couldn't face Shadow alone. Shadow was stronger, faster, and his group of allies seemed unbeatable. But Oliver had something Shadow didn't. A bigger reason to fight. He was fighting for love, for family, and for his friends who depended on him to survive. He looked at Luna, so fragile, and Max, who always believed Oliver was invincible. Those looks gave him the courage he needed. There was no choice. He would have to face the enemy, even if it meant risking his life. Oliver set out on a dastardly search for help. H knew he couldn't fight Shadow and his gang alone. H roamed D through allies, crossed D dang Rouse Straits, always all to virai move ent around him. That's when H found Smokey, an old but wished cat. Smokey had seen it all, and despite his many years on the streets, still had strength and courage. "You're crazy, Oliver," said Smokey, his voice rough. "They're gonna destroy you." "I have no choice, Smokey," Oliver pleaded without H citation. "Luna and Max depend on em. They are all I have." Smokey looked deep into Oliver's eyes and saw something rarely saw: determination. Oliver wasn't fighting for power or territory, she was fighting for love. That touched Smokey in a way she didn't expect. "I'll help you, kid. But know this battle won't be easy. You may not make it out alive." "It doesn't matter," said Oliver. "I just want Luna and Max to be okay." And so, Oliver and Smokey began to devise a plan. TYNW, that Shadow's brute strength was insurmountable, so they would end to us something more intelligence. They observed Shadow's territory, learned his movements and wakens. Smokey used all his ex-prank to tack Oliver to fight strategically, and each day that passed Oliver became more prepared for the final confrontation. The night of the great battle arrived. Oliver, accompanied by Smokey, knew it was all or nothing. They reached Shadow's territory, where he awaited them with a cruel smile. "So you've come back to die?" Shadow mocked as his allies snarled around. "I've come back to protect what is mine," Oliver replied firmly. The confrontation was brutal. Oliver fought with all his strength. Every blow, every scratch was for Luna and Max. Smokey fought by his side as well, but the enemy was too strong. Shadow knocked Smokey down, leaving Oliver alone against him. For a moment, it seemed all was lost. Oliver was on the ground, exhausted, with Shadow about to deliver the final blow. That's when something incredible happened. Luna, sweet and fragile Luna, who had always been protected, entered the fight. She stood between Oliver and Shadow, meowing with a strength he had never heard before. And behind her came Max, small and defenseless, but determined to protect his family. The sight of his friends putting themselves at risk for him gave Oliver the strength he needed. In one final move, he leaped at Shadow, using all the strategy Smokey had taught him. Caught off guard, Shadow recoiled, and in that moment, Oliver achieved what seemed impossible. He defeated the fearsome leader. The battle was over. Oliver, Luna, and Max were wounded but alive. They embraced, knowing that the love and friendship that united them were stronger than any adversary. Smokey, even injured, smiled. He knew Oliver had done the impossible. From that day on, Oliver was no longer just an ordinary cat. He was a legend. The story of how he protected those he loved spread through the streets, and no one ever doubted the strength that a heart full of love can have. Because in the end, Oliver didn't fight just to survive. He fought to keep his family safe, and that was all that mattered. If you were moved by this story of courage and friendship, don't forget to leave your comment and share it with your friends. And remember, love can give us strengths we never imagined. Leave your like, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive new stories about cute kittens. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next story.